Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Tome Travelers. It's episode 19, and this is a new month. It's a new book. And so, Whitson, what are we reading this month?
Reading The Black Prism by Brent Weeks.
I'm real excited for it. I don't have my physical copy yet, so I can't show it to you, but it should be here by next episode. Oh, look, there he goes. My man's prepared. But real quick, before we get in, just a couple quick announcements. We have our Discord. Link is in the YouTube description below the video. If you're not listening or watching on YouTube or on a podcast platform or whatever, just head over to our YouTube. It's The Tome Travelers. Click on it there, and you can join our Discord there, where you can engage with us on talks of the book and things like that. And most importantly, you can send us in your fantasy questions. So, Whitson, before we get into spoilers of Chapter 1 of The Black Prism, what is our fantasy question this week?
If you could Freaky Friday any two characters from different worlds, who would you swap and why?
All right,
I
who's
think
taking
you should
this
take
first?
it, MD.
You want me to take it? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I legitimately thought about this for a bit. I was like, okay, who do I want to swap? And I think I've come to the decision that I feel like it would make a good story to swap, and it would also just make me happy to swap Glocta and Sadius.
Okay.
Because I want Sadius to feel pain, and I want Glocta to take over some stuff.
I think things would
That's a pretty
definitely,
good one.
yeah, I think things definitely would have gone different.
Oh, 100%. I was thinking long and hard about it, though, and I was like, do I want to go funny or do I want to go something that I'd actually like to read? And I think I'd actually still read both of those books.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one's gonna keep me up at night. Like, I'm gonna be thinking about that.
Yeah.
What about you, Dylan?
I kind of went funny, but I went Gabriel from Power of the Vampire and Kaladin from Stormlight because they're both depressed, and I think it'd be really funny to see Kaladin addicted to drugs, running from vampires, trying to figure out where Seal's at, and Gabriel just like no clue what's going on, but I got shiny armor and there's shit talking to me.
What are these little fairies?
Yeah,
Why does she keep
That's
talking to me?
hilarious.
I need a smoke. How do y'all get
I
higher?
also went funny. I went Wolfgar from like Icewind Dale and Logan Nine Fingers from The Blade itself, because I don't think either story would change at all. I don't think either story would shift one iota.
Yeah.
So hilarious to me.
Dude, that's such a good question. And like I'm thinking now still of like so many other different like possible swaps. I feel like we could go on and like fantasize about different ones. It'd be really funny. It'd be a good episode, but
Yeah, give us your answers in the comments.
oh yeah, no, let us know who you'd swap. There's gonna be some random answers in there, but I'm down for it. If you guys have a question you want us to answer on the podcast, you can leave that down in the description of the YouTube video or join the Discord. And with that, we're going to jump into episode 19 of The Tome Travelers.
The Tome Travelers. Ooh.
All right, what's the one hit us with the synopsis?
Sure. So we meet our main character, Kip. He's on a battlefield scavenging for Luxon, which apparently is like a permanent like version of the magic. It has like substance and sticks around because his mother is addicted to drugs and they need money. He runs into a prisoner who has apparently escaped and killed one of his guards, lets him loose. He's a color white who has shattered the halo. We don't really know what that means yet, but he can channel color green, and that's basically where we're at. There's a prophecy, maybe, but maybe the color white is just crazy, and his city is apparently about to be razed by these soldiers. But again, the guy could just be crazy. So
Yeah.
How do you guys like the first chapter? Are you looking forward to the rest of it, or
I'm definitely pulled in. Like they did a very good job of being like, all right, we've got this really cool magic system that makes people go crazy whenever like their eyes break or whatever. And they're like, I think they set up Kip really well as like a chosen one. Like I feel like it might be a little tropey, but I feel like they did a cool job with it, just because they were like they had the madman essentially be like, "There's prophecies about you, child," and then he goes crazy, and then it sounds like at the end, does he just start killing people?
And that's what I got from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like he just started murdering the soldiers.
And so I really like that, and it also like makes me question the fact like, okay, was Kip gonna like figure out how to do this kind of magic stuff, and is he gonna end up going crazy, or what's this whole what is this world that we're in? Like, what are the rules? What's happening? I'm definitely pulled in. It's not one where I've been like I read it and I was like, I don't really care what's happening. Like, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested in the magic system. I like color as a outlet, anyways. But I'm interested about the eyes because it talks about how the halo and the broke the halo, and then how usually the casters or I think call them drafters, they usually it's like a solid ring. But I'm interested in that. And then my only thing was like, how did this guy know that this kid was special? It didn't.
Well, it said something about him being from this area and a particular race, but with blue eyes. I think was
Yeah,
I know he focused on the blue eyes.
yeah. I think it was the fact that I think he said Tyrion. The fact that he was Tyrion with blue eyes and from this city made him like the one that was the focus of the prophecy.
And I think that's how he knew that like the prophecy was about him, and I also think that has to do with why the king is destroying this village particularly.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it seems like Chromeria is the empire or the kingdom, and then Faradol is like trying to do some kind of coup type thing. Like maybe he's a duke or a count or something, and he raised an army and is trying to like usurp the throne.
Well, so did y'all read the back of the book or whatever
Nope.
No, I usually don't read the blurbs.
blurbs? I did because I always do. And it says that this guy Gil, who seems like the high priest and the emperor of the place, is looking for a son. He just found out about. I'm wondering if the kid's the son.
Okay, chosen one.
Yeah. But yeah, it says magic's tightly controlled. And this guy's really powerful, looking for his son, basically. But,
Yeah, it seems like the drafters are like an arm of the military, maybe, and then they get put down when they break the halo because they go crazy or get more powerful or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed also that we have muskets again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
At the very beginning they said like the craters where the cannonballs were, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're gunpowder age.
And he had a matchlock or something, or didn't have a matchlock, maybe.
Magic is obviously still really powerful. As we see at the end, like he seems like, I don't know if maybe that's what green magic always does or just how he used it, but he cloaked himself, like basically empowering magic, like he cloaked himself in armor and was just rushing the guy.
Right. I'm very curious as to like how the different eye colors do things. So like is green just straight up like destruction or something like that, and then maybe
well, red was a fireball.
Yeah, so the sales pitch that I heard for this book kind of spoiled it a little bit, where they just said that each different type of light did a very specific thing, and like the thing that they said green did was like you could manifest like armor, like plates of green light, like a Green Lantern, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so the other colors do also apparently something like really specific, but they
red's probably fire,
do, like, crazy stuff with that one thing.
Right.
Yeah. So red's probably like fire, and then green's probably like enhancement magic or something.
Yeah. Yeah, like a druid or something, or what? Not really.
Well, like so like I know like a lot of things like green magic is like buff magic and shit.
Yeah, so, well, I would compare it to metal crafters in Codex Alera, but I mean, it's they can strengthen themselves, they can control the metal in their armor and their sword, and they can ignore pain, and like that's that's their ability. Like so, that's kind of the vibe that I got from the green drafters.
Yeah.
Also, that's not no spoilers. That's like
Mhm.
chapter 2 shit.
And then, as it said that the Luxon was like the after effects of magic, must be like
Yeah.
left over from, almost like leaving like a mana or something in the air.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured it was like, well, not necessarily, but like, I'm not necessarily radioactive, but it was like, hey, we just used a nuclear bomb. Now this area is radioactive. I feel like, hey, we just used a bunch of magic over here. This area is like filled
Very
with
magical.
magical effects and things like that. So like,
But I wonder how it affects the people around them.
that's what I'm curious about. But I'm curious to see like, do creatures spawn in these magical effects or things like that? Like, do beasts come out or things like that that are created through this? I don't know. Like, maybe is there a color that like conjures things? You know?
Yeah.
I know in a lot of fantasy worlds, like high mana concentrated areas, beasts do come because they're drawn to it. So
Well, I think of it too. It could be like, now that I think of like the radioactive, like, equating it, it's like if things are in the area when a radioactive thing happens and they mutate and they become this other thing, right? What if that happens to with this like magic or this Luxon or whatever? Like,
Yeah, maybe that's why they become like color whites. Like there's just too much drafting going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be really cool. I'm excited to see where the Chosen One thing goes and like how powerful he is. To be honest, these days when I read a Chosen One story, I get like kind of tired of the like incompetent Chosen One. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah, like I just hope he's not a powerful idiot or a weak smart kid because that is just kind of a little played out to me. I hope he's like a badass.
Well, he found a key and he almost he was like, should I give this to you? I probably shouldn't give this to you. Here you go.
well, I think he's definitely gonna have to find like a mentor.
Oh yeah.
Pretty quick. I think he's gonna go back. The village is probably gonna be burned, and he's gonna have to like set out and find a mentor or a minotaur.
Minotaur?
A mentor or something. I think there's gonna be a reason he's got to leave home, but
yeah. So do we think that Faradul is going to be our big bad or antagonist?
Faradul? I don't know. How many books are in the series? Do you know?
I think 3 or 4.
I would kind of assume the Emperor would be, but then that kind of goes against my Emperor's looking for his son type thing.
I think low-key what might be like happening is like they're setting up for a grander story, and like maybe this first book is going to be like him finding his powers and then overcoming like the first challenge.
Yeah.
Not this epic.
5 books so far.
5 books? Yeah. So definitely I feel like this is the teaser. But I mean, I'm here for it. So I don't know who could be big, or the big bad. Low key, this book could be the White or whatever it is, like losing your sanity somehow. Like if there's rules to this magic system that are difficult to follow, and it's him like running away from like accidentally going crazy or something, which I feel like that would be cool too, because I feel like that would be more psychological than like.
You guys seen Edge Runners? Cyberpunk anime?
Yeah.
Cyber Psychosis, kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. So it'd be kind of cool to me if like he becomes the big bad.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like he's like has all this, like they burn down his village or whatever, and then like the army takes him in or something. Like this Faraday guy takes him in and teaches him to be a shit.
He becomes the anti-hero. Yeah,
anti-hero, and then it's a book, or like the books are about somebody trying to take him on. That'd be really cool.
That would, yeah.
Probably not gonna be that, but
I definitely think it, like, because the magic system seems like it's based around like light, and light without light there's no color, right? But this is called the Black Prism. So, and it also talked about
color.
Right, which all color.
Yeah.
And then it also talked about how he had dark vision or whatever. Like very early on, it was like towards the darkness, blah blah blah. I don't know. I remember seeing something about his dark vision or whatever, And so I feel like he like has this power to be able to use like he'll learn how to use magic or whatever without light. And so kind of
Without
going off
color.
of Dylan's without color, with going off of Dylan's theory, like Dark Lord legitimately you know, but I have no idea. This could go in any direction. But
I'm thinking kind of like an Avatar kind of thing.
Yeah,
like the
I can
Last
see that
Airbender.
too. Yeah, like he gets to bend every single type of light, color, or whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Go ahead.
I read another one of Brent Weeks' books, and it was kind of like a chosen one type.
Is that Night Angel? Is that what he wrote?
No, I read it's like Shadow something or second.
My dogs are so desperate for attention right now.
It was
The Way of Shadows.
sounds right.
Shadow's Edge.
Yeah, Beyond the Shadows, The Way of Shadows, Shadow's Edge. It was real. I read the first 2 books. I think there's 3 of them, and it was the magic system was really cool. But it was definitely it was like a chosen one type, and there's like this all powerful emperor, and this kid's going against the emperor basically, and meets a mentor and all that. So I could see this book going really soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for that. I don't mind a chosen one story. I'll be honest. The thing that I don't want to see more of is the Wheel of Time. Like, I love the Wheel of Time. I've been having a ton of fun with it, but I don't want to read it again.
Right. I'm with you there.
I really appreciate it. I took this note. It's a tiny little thing, but he like established the agriculture and the climate of the area. Like it's France. He made it France, which I thought was really cool. Like
Yeah.
the agriculture was consistent. Not it's a tiny little thing, but
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool.
Those tiny things matter, though. That's one of the reasons we didn't like the last one.
Yeah, because it wasn't built out enough. But this is very clearly like, here's where you are, without expressly saying, here's where you are.
Do y'all think Hayes is going to play a big part?
I think so, especially with his mother being an addict.
Yeah,
I think that's going to come into play.
It's like
and I mean, if he really is the Emperor's son, like maybe her being a Hayes addict is how we like come to learn that and like learn about her past with the Emperor.
Oh yeah. Maybe
you know, like
she
maybe
got
she was
addicted to it because like the Emperor was like, you need to forget me or whatever.
Yeah, or I'm just thinking she was like a concubine and like kind of disposed of, and that's why she's an addict.
Yeah. Well, the guy also did mention a prophecy about this. But I'm wondering if it's like a well-known prophecy, like where the prophecy.
Your mic cutting out a little bit.
Yeah. Just wondering where this prophecy came from.
Yeah.
Like, is it well known? Like.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm hoping he handles well and like justifies a little bit. Because like the Wheel of Time, the prophecy's everywhere. I mean, it comes up like every couple of years across the entire country, and like it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, justifies it a little bit.
Well, so like I don't have a problem with the prophecy, but like my problem right now is the fact that usually when there's a prophecy, there's something really bad going on in the world that needs a prophecy for. And I don't feel like that was addressed. Like, you know that magic's tightly controlled or whatever, but you don't know if it's bad or if like there's really bad things going on in the world. If the Emperor is a dick, like you don't really know. Yeah. Like I feel like maybe it should have addressed that and then said, "Oh, there's which I guess that's kind of cheesy too in its own right." But
I'm okay with it getting kind of cheesy. I just hope he like justifies some things, so I'm not just like rolling my eyes at it. But look, so far I've liked it. I mean,
I do too. I'm really interested. Like I said, I really like his other magic, so I think I'm really gonna like this one too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it. Is there anything we haven't hit? I mean, it was a pretty long first chapter, but
yeah.
Oh,
it did a good job. Say what?
El Condesa. I think that's one of their spiritual leaders. It seems that way. She's somehow opposed to Faradul. It seemed like.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. Gaspar Eidos. I think is that the Emperor?
No, that was
Gavin Guile.
That was
that was the name of the guy who went crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. And then he refers to Holon, and it seemed like that maybe was a god.
Which I think Gasper's
God.
going to come back up because he mentioned something mentioned something about his past, and then told the kid. The kid said what or something like that. And he said, "Oh, you'll find out."
He said, my father loved me. I had plans, a girl, a life."
Yeah.
So I wonder what that refers to.
What if the color whites are the ones who like see the prophecy? What if you've got to break the halo and go crazy, but then you see the future or can like forecast or like prophecy is, I think that'd be interesting.
That would be cool.
Like maybe that's why the Chromaria put down the people who break the halo.
He's obviously still got
see into the
sanity.
future.
Yeah.
Like he's not completely crazy either.
Yeah, right. He's still got some sanity left.
Well, yeah, but the thing is it was once the light touches him that he goes crazy. So I think he had just broken. And then it was still dark out at night, so he was still sane enough to talk and think and do all that stuff.
I think he was insinuating that the army was using the color whites anyways, like even after they had gone crazy.
Oh, well, then I have no idea. So then are they sane during the night whenever there's no light in the darkness?
Maybe so. Maybe like when they touch the magic system, like the source of the magic system, that's when the craziness comes out.
Okay.
Maybe the body can only handle one color, and when you break it, the different light brings in more colors and it drives you crazy.
I don't know. There's lots of theories. I feel like
lots of theories.
I'm
blowing through the first half in the next couple days. I hope you'll.
Oh yeah, me too.
I need to see where we're reading to before we wrap up. I don't want to spoil anything for myself,
it's the first part of the book, or like first chapter.
Let's say, is it broken into parts? Do you know? Or
I have no idea.
I don't know if
it
is.
Copy.
Here, let me pull it up real quick.
I don't see tomorrow, parts.
Chapters. No, there's 95 chapters.
Sheesh.
Okay, let's break at chapter 46 because that's about the halfway point in chapters and page number.
Okay.
And we'll just hope that thematically that makes sense because I don't want to spoil it for myself.
So read through it or up to it?
Through. Let me look at the end of chapter 46. Yeah, through it. We'll go through it.
Read through chapter 46. Cool. You guys have any like final closing thoughts?
Our reading list, whatever we're reading right now.
I will wait, real quick. I'll real quick pause before we go into our reading list. I just have a random observation. I feel like every single fantasy book, not every single, at least 70% of them has the main character's name start with a K, or one of the main characters' names. It's like we had Kaladin, then there was Caden in Empire of the Vampire. There's Kelsier and Mistborn. There's Kip in here. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Woth and Name of the Wind.
It's just all K.
I think of other ones though. I don't know. Might just be books that we've read in the last like 8 months.
They all just have K. But yeah, anyways. Sorry, continue. Random observation.
Well, I started Academ's Fury, Codex Alera Book 2, and I'm 132 pages in, and so far so good. It's not blowing me away as much as the first book did, but I think the first book was kind of a perfect book. Honestly, like it wasn't like the best book I've ever read, but like for what it was trying to do, it was perfect.
Yeah.
And this one's got the pacing is the only thing throwing me off. The plot's still fantastic, characters still fantastic, world still super interesting. Just a little weird pacing stuff, but I still having a ton of fun with it.
Yep. I think Dylan's going to grab his book, so we'll let him go next. What are you doing, Dylan?
I haven't done a lot of reading because I've been off work, but so I'm still in Wrath. I think it's the third book of the Faithful and the Fallen.
Ruin is
Still-
the third book.
Ruin.
Oh,
I'm still in the middle of it, but I did get my copy of Yumi in, and the Painter,
Yes, yes.
and it's a beautiful book, and I'm looking forward to it. And I got my Hoyd bookmark in.
Yes. I know you're
And-
very happy about that.
I am very much, but I'm looking forward to it too because Matt said it was really good.
It is really good.
Tell Whitson to read Tress.
Yeah, Whitson, chat, comments. Get in the comments and tell Whitson to read it.
it's on the TBR. It's even pretty high on the
Because
TBR.
this is the TBR right now and you didn't say it, so.
Well, I'm not planning on actively reading it in the next week or two.
All right, I have to get up because this is above my bed. I'm still.
I think I'm honestly gonna like power through Codex Alera,
Yeah.
unless I just get like
That's fair
burnout on it or something.
I'm still trucking through the Great Hunt. We have made progress though. We are 60-ish%, I'd say. Hoping to finish it by next week because I want it read before season 2 comes out. And so trucking through that. I haven't really read anything else other than my boring textbooks for my classes, so that's why I'm going slow. But yeah, that's my TBR. I'm excited to finish it though, because then I have like a lot more options. As always, thank you guys for tuning in, watching or listening. As always, if you could please share, like, and subscribe or follow on your preferred platform. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Just like it, follow it,
Join our
send it
Discord.
to your friends, join our Discord, get involved with the community. We can hang out. It's always
Answer
it's always a good
fantasy
time.
questions on there. Ask us
Yeah.
some more.
Yeah.
Please ask us some more.
Yeah, please. Please. We might have to change like the parameters of it because I feel like there's only so many things you can ask.
We've managed to come up with a new one every week, but
We have.
the list is so long now.
It really is.
I'm more worried about that we're gonna end up redoing one.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for listening and watching. Again, next episode we're going all the way through chapter 46. So to read and catch up with us, that's what will be our spoilers for that. But with all that, we will see you all in the next one.
Peace.